Hello, Jack Hodgins, welcome back to my channel. About time I start finishing this build off. This is the Hexacopter build that we've been sort of sat in the garage for ages. Keep putting it aside because come up busy things, keeps coming up, and so it's about time we get this out, get this soldered up, get it finished, get it test flying, and have some fun with it basically. So I decided to take the motor off and solder it, and I've been speaking to lots of you guys that have been commenting and stuff, and yes, you are right. It's probably easier to have the bullet and the bullet connectors on, so that if I need to rotate to the cables to make the motors go the opposite way around, that's what I need to do. So I've got bullet connectors. I've got some heat wrap so that I can go over, so I can hide my horrible soldering techniques, but it does the job. So I've done one already. So I've got 5 more motors to do, and then I've got the ESCs to do. Then we can get them clipped together. Then I can get, I've got cable for the power, for the battery power. So, and as recap quickly, we're already fixed in the NASA. We've got the CAN bus all connected in there. Decided to put the remote aerial or the remote control receiver underneath here. I'll get that tacked away nicely a little bit later anyway. I've just got to get these soldered on. So once these are soldered on, I can then connect the main power up, and then I can order the power connector. That's something I'll forget. I need a power connector for the. So I've got some spare batteries that will run this anyway. So we'll get the battery on the board on this, and we can fire it up, and then we can test to make sure the motors work. We've got the latest firmware on here. Get that programmed up as well, so it recognises it's got 6 motors, and they'll work in the right way round. We've labelled them so we know which motor goes on which. So when I come to program this up, I know which setup to change it to. So so far it's almost done. So I'll just get on with the soldering. So let's have a look at my soldering. This is my soldering technique. This is how I do it. So please don't comment on it. It's the best I can do. I'm not an expert on soldering, but any good comments for soldering would be fantastic. I need to learn more. So let's have a look. Right, put the little bullet connectors in there. So I'm going to heat it up, put some solder into it, get the motor, stick it in the end there, hold it for a few seconds. It should then hold quite easily. So nice hot solder iron. You can see how glowing it is. So we're gonna this is how I've been doing it. So here we go. Watch. I'm say I'm an expert. Oh, come on, get in there. Solder iron's a bit shit. Keep getting crap soldering irons, but in. Then I've been doing this way. This is how I've been doing it. Heat up, hold in position, blow, and hey presto, it's in. Bit bubbly, but I'm going to tidy it up a bit later anyway. So you can see that. Can you see that? Okay, it's a bit bubbly, but I'm going to tidy it up a bit later anyway. It's just really rough getting them on there mainly. I can go through and redo them a bit later date. So let's get some more of these done. Oh. I've got plenty of gas. I was running out of gas then. So in we go. No one bites the dust, as they say. Be careful so you don't burn your fingers because they get hot extremely quick. Bit more gas on that. Nope. Another one done. So that's another motor done. So that's 2 motors. So not bad, not bad. And I've got another, oh, I've got another motor here to do. So we've got another. See, they're really fiddly. See how fiddly they are? Very fiddly. So, oh, down in there. Get that right. That's it. Another one done. Yep, that looks good enough. Get another one out. Oh. There's always one that doesn't take properly, so I'm gonna. That's part. Much better. Perfect. That's much better. Looking good. Sorted. One more to do on that motor, and I'm going to do the rest on time lapse, so you don't get bored watching every single motor I solder, because it'd be quite boring to watch. I get bored in actually soldering it. So one more, and then rest on time lapse. Smelly too. Sorted. Oh. So there we have got 3 motors done. So I'm going to get the other motors off and get them all finished. And yeah, so that's motors done. Then we can do the ESCs as well. So I'm going to put this into time lapse mode now, so you can watch it in time lapse as I do it all. Because otherwise, it's going to be very boring you to watch a video of me soldering every single connector, which would be a pain in the bum otherwise. So let's get on and do some soldering. Let's time lapse it, boys. Right, that's all my motors done. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 motors. It's all 6 motors now done with all the bullet connectors on the end now. So we can now start looking at soldering the other ends of these bullet connectors on the ESCs. So then they will slot nicely in place once done like that. So do it there, yeah, slot in quite nice like that. So the next job is now get the ESCs off of it, get them soldered on, and then re-put the ESCs back on, connect these up, and then we can start looking at getting some power to it. So yeah, so let's look at getting the ESCs on. So that's two speed controllers done. My end bit of my soldering iron is actually burnt through. It's actually breaking, so I'm gonna have to get a new head bit for this. So the power of the of how YouTube and how we record videos, this will be instantaneous. So I'm going to go to Maplins now and get a new head bit, and we can finish these ESCs off. So here's the next part, because I've already been to Maplins by the time you watch this. I had to buy some new tips, so I got some new tips today. Basically, £16 for those bloody things, and this is 4 different sizes, but it's got the original tip that I've used on here, because on my tip here it's actually burnt itself out. I don't know if you can see that. It's just absolutely knackered it. So I'm going to take that off, and now that's fit for the bin. So into the bin, and we take out our spare tips. And I can finish off this soldering. So we're going to use maybe something. Yeah, we use that one. That looks great. So that should just screw on like so, nice and easy. Brand new silver tip now. So I put the spare ones to one side, and we can get on with finishing this soldering off. So I've got plenty of gas in there, so we get her fired up. Make sure I don't burn my fingers off. So we let her heat up. So while that's heating up, is that gone off? Bit more gas, I suppose. Get time to burn in. Let's pack up. So we do that heating up, and we'll now get on with soldering. So I've got done the motors. I just got to do the ESCs, and then we're good to go. Oh, that thing stinks. Oh, because it's brand new, it stinks. So, that really pongs. Right, let me get everything sorted out, and we get a time lapse on the rest of this build, and then we can get it finished and hopefully get it fine. Done. So we've got, as you can see now, we have now got all the, it's in frame. So we have all the ESCs now. So we've got bullet connectors on all the ESCs here and here as well, and here. So you can see that in camera properly. But yeah, so there's my sort of soldering job, and there as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now put the motors back on here, so because the motor is all done, so I put the motors back on here. We'll make sure they tally up and fit correctly, because I know some of these are a bit shorter than the others. And then we'll get some, we've got some heatsink here, which we'll put over the actual connectors so that they don't actually short out on each other. And then I'll solder in cut the cable correctly to the right size I need for the battery, so that'll go on board as well. And then I've just got to source an actual battery out next, and then we should be almost there to ready to sort of like power it up and see if it works. So let's get the motors on. See, this is coming on quite nicely now. Look, we've got the motors are now actually on, so they're all in place, all screwed in. And on the back of it, all the soldering's been done so far. Let's get this into view. So yeah, so all the soldering is done so far. So all I've got to do now is we're going to get some heat shrink. So I need to cut these to size so we can then tidy up these bullet points, bullet connectors, because we don't want the bullet connectors touching each other, which will then cause a short circuit. So we put these on really nicely, isolating them out the way with, so then it gives me the option to undo them and redo them if I need to swap the motor rotation around when we do it a bit later as well. So I'm going to get on cutting this to shape, get this on here, and then get them heats wrapped on, all ready. As you can see, I've got it's all soldered up now, so that's almost built now. And I've gone ahead and underneath I've done all the heat shrink stuff on the motors and stuff, so they're all like nicely not tied down just yet. I'll move these ESCs up, do a bit of tidying up basically, move these up a little bit, getting cable tied down. But I've heat shrinked the bullet connectors so they won't short out if they touch each other basically. So that's all done. I've gone and installed the automatic landing gear, so this will fold down for landing and fold up when in flight. As at the moment it's all folded up as normal. So they've gone straight on really nicely there. I've got to finish off by soldering these lot here at the bottom, but I've held back soldering them at the moment because I've ordered the light strips to go underneath, because I thought I got this up ready to roll. I've got no lights on this to say which is front, which is back basically. So I've gone ahead and these are just turned up today because I've done this video over a few days, and I've got all my light strips. So they're my LED light strips. So I've got 2 green, 2 blue and 2 red. So we put the red at the back, we put red at the front, probably put green at the back, and maybe blue in the middle, so we can identify which is back end, middle and front. So these will get wrapped round around the edge, like so, around the edge on the motors, because I was going to originally put these underneath because they're nice long strips, but the ESCs are underneath basically, so I can't put the strips down there, so I'll put them around the ends. I've seen that on some quadcopters. So I've got 2 to go here, 2 to go here, and 2 to go there. So, and I'm just waiting for my battery connectors to turn up so we can get the cables soldered on the end here, and then the right battery connector on the end there. Because I think I've got a LiPo battery that will at least get this testing, so we can get it powered up to make sure all the motors are spinning in the right directions. If not, we can get the change cables underneath here to get in the right direction. So that's going to be the video next. The next video is going to be installing the light strips, connecting the battery ends, putting the top plate on, which will go on, so something like that. Installing a GPS aerial, and we've also got the USB module as well. It needs to be installed on here as well, which allows you to configure it and stuff. And then it's literally powering it up and going through the software setup to install get these motors correctly in the right, spinning in the right directions, and telling the NAS controller what we've got here. And hopefully get a nice good day. It'd be good to fly in. So there you go. So that's all for this build. So hope you enjoyed this build so far. So we're going to do another project build soon once this is completed and we test flight it, because I think we might go a bit more larger scale. So what do you think, guys? A bit more larger scale, a bit bigger, maybe double motors on each of the arms, a bit more power behind it. Let's see. So yeah, we'll get this finished off, get this test flighted out a few times. I'm going to test out lots of different lights, because the other thing that we've got to get for this as well. So once we've got it test flight and we know it's working and it's hovering and it's behaving as it should be, is then we'll get a gimbal installed on this thing on our front with the GoPro on it, because there's no point flying this without a camera on it. So yeah, so that's it. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed watching that, remember, guys, subscribe, like my videos, and any questions you got on this build, comment below. All these details of the parts are brought, the motors, all these details will be on my website for you to take a look at and how much it costs. And we'll also I'll do a post on my website which will tell you the final cost so far this build's cost me. All right, so thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for all the new subscribers. Cheers.